It's sickening, it's cruel, and it's brazen.
The DA says the suspect in an acid attack that disfigured an Elmont woman made a music video with lyrics mentioning the crime. Thanks for joining us. You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. The Brooklyn man is now sitting in a jail cell. Terrell Campbell pleaded not guilty to assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and other charges. Campbell is accused of throwing acid in the face of Nafia Ikram while she was in front of her home back in 2021. Newsday TV's Virginia Huey was in court, and we'll have more on that story in a few moments. And a couple was found dead in their home, and investigators believe it was a murder-suicide. Police believe Paul Trevomovic shot and killed Valerie Kopetic in their Port Jefferson home, then fatally shot himself. Officers discovered the bodies after Kopetic failed to show up for work. The Freeport School District is suing its superintendent. It's a story you saw first in Newsday. The district claims Fia Davis improperly spent $100,000 renovating her office. The district is also trying to recoup more than $260,000 from Davis's salary. Freeport school officials also claim Davis lied about when she would earn her doctoral degree. And today is day 2 of the state GOP convention in Garden City. Delegates from different counties all across the state are there to pick candidates for November's election. Joe Hernandez, a businessman from the city, accepted the nomination to run for state comptroller, and Saritha Komatir-Eddy has been tapped to run for attorney general. Doug Geed will have more on the convention in just a moment. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. It was a pretty decent day after the cold weekend we had. You can see tomorrow we are near 40s, partly cloudy skies overhead. And of course, we'll have that 7-day forecast for you later in the broadcast. Police made an arrest in a connection with an acid attack on a Long Island woman that went unsolved for 5 years. Virginia Huey was in court.
What could have provoked someone to do this to me? What could have gotten them so angry? I don't know, but this is just inhumane.
For nearly 5 years after an acid attack left her permanently disfigured, Nafia Ikram of Elmont has lived with 2 heartbreaking questions: who and why? Today, police say they know who did it. 29-year-old Terrell Campbell of Brooklyn was arrested in the 2021 attack. He's accused of ambushing Ikram and throwing a cup of sulfuric acid in her face in the driveway as she returned home from work.
He thought, after several years without an arrest, that he was home free.
The breaking in the case came last year when prosecutors say they received a tip that helped them identify Campbell as the driver of a 2015 red Nissan Altima, which matched surveillance video outside Ikram's house.
Once we learned Campbell's identity, with the help of the New York City Police Department, we located his address and found a red Nissan Altima parked outside.
Prosecutors say Campbell, an aspiring rap singer, bragged about the acid attack in a song he produced and recorded.
I'm the street in the night like a hitman assassin. Try to run up and have your face burning acid.
It's sickening, it's cruel, and it's brazen.
Prosecutors also obtained Campbell's Google search history, which they say included the terms sulfuric acid remover, Hammurabi's Law, eye for an eye, and acid attack, Franklin Square, Long Island.
Know this. The Nassau County Police Department never gives up on their victims. Never.
Police did not discuss any alleged motives, citing the ongoing investigation. Campbell pleaded not guilty to charges of assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and possession of noxious materials. He's being held without bail.
I want to take this opportunity to thank every single person, every single prayer that has been made for us to meet this day today.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Now for more on this story, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Republicans from across the state are on the island to nominate their candidates for the upcoming election. And Bruce Blakeman is at the top of the ticket. Doug Geed shows us what's happened on day 2 of the Republican convention.
This meeting of the New York State Republican Committee is called to order.
They came from all parts of New York, Buffalo, Binghamton, counties on the Canadian border, and of course, Long Island. Republican delegates choosing who they want to represent their party in this November's elections. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman's nomination for governor will take place Wednesday. Today, candidates for other offices were nominated.
I'm here to accept the nomination as your next New York State Comptroller.
Joseph Hernandez, a Cuban-American entrepreneur from the city, was chosen to run against Long Islander Tom DiNapoli, the longtime incumbent comptroller. Hernandez pledged to control state spending.
The budget has risen from $120 billion when he took office to over $252 billion today. It's insanity.
Saritha Coma-Toretti, an attorney from the city, was chosen as the GOP nominee to face Letitia James for state attorney general.
We need to support law enforcement, and we need to prosecute crime. We need to actually help the homeless and the sick come off our streets in a way that shows true compassion.
New York Republicans are well aware of the uphill battle they face running for any statewide office, raising enough money and overcoming the 2-to-1 voter enrollment edge that Democrats have over them. Still, people here believe that Bruce Blakeman could overcome those odds.
I think he's going to be able to bring people together. It's not one way or the other way. He's kind of middle, and I think that we all can see some common ground with him.
Bruce runs a fantastic county down here. He knows what he's doing. He's a terrific executive, and I think he can bring that same type of prowess to New York State.
Blakeman didn't speak at the convention's opening day, but did speak briefly with reporters after it was over.
Things that we're going to do in this state are going to revitalize the state. We're going to have a state where people are going to want to move to rather than move out of.
In Garden City for Newsday TV, I'm Doug Gee.
Only in Newsday, students, teachers, and parents in one school district have something new to celebrate. Virginia Huey has a story.
High school marching bands are a time-honored tradition, bringing pomp and pageantry to games across Long Island. But at the home of the Tuckers, halftimes on the hardwood have been notably different. Since it opened in 1934, Mattituck-Cutchogue Junior-Senior High School has never had a marching band.
It's a little sad, it's a little drab, I think, having no music or anything to fuel the game.
Band teachers Melanie Malusa and Andrew Colleen decided to change that. They worked with the administration to add a marching band elective.
So much of this is about giving our students just another outlet to doing music. In a marching band setting, there's a ton of opportunities for camaraderie and getting to bond in a different way.
It is 7 through 12, so that we're really making these connections from the younger kids who are now looking up to the older kids.
29 students signed up and began practicing last fall.
A marching band brings out school spirit, and it brings more excitement to games.
I was so excited. It's just been one of my dreams to be part of a marching band.
A dream come true as the Mattituck Marching Band began trumpeting Tucker Pride for the first time this basketball season.
The students say attendance at the games is now at an all-time high, a sure sign the Mattituck Marching Band is striking a chord with the fans.
I think it's great. We're a small community, a small school. This gives us an outsized cheering section.
All these kids put their heart and soul into it, and I love coming to hear them.
It's wonderful. The more music, the better.
And if school spirit has a sound, this is it. For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Now, for more on this story, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. All right, you can hop on a train from Manhattan, and in just a few hours, you're one of the most historic cities in the country. Let's go with Carissa Kelman.
Boston squeezes 400 years of history into a few square miles, and in just 24 hours, you can walk straight through it and eat ridiculously well. And the best part, you don't need a car. Boston is just a train ride away.
It takes 4.5 hours to get to Boston, but you're comfortable and cozy.
So take a nap or take in the views. You'll be there before you know it.
We're here!
First stop is Automatic, Sticky Buns at Flower Bakery, a Boston staple just steps from Back Bay Station.
I'm already happy to be in Boston.
And when the wind chill hits, you follow the crowd to LA Burdick.
This is probably the busiest spot in Boston right now because everybody wants to warm up with some hot chocolate. And I don't blame them because this is delicious.
Where the hot chocolate is thick, rich, and basically therapy in a cup. After checking your bags at the Godfrey Hotel, it's time for a classic winter activity.
Where else can you skate in a 400-year-old park but Boston Common?
At the Frog Pond, you can lace up skates in one of the oldest public parks in the country, then wander Beacon Hill's cobblestone streets just steps away. Charles Street is all cozy shops and book cafes, and the iconic Acorn Street looks just like a postcard. And a trip to Boston isn't complete without fresh seafood.
Another perk about visiting Boston in the winter is you don't have to wait in line to get into Neptune Oyster. You just walk right in. Can't miss the Italian food in the North End. And you can eat this right out of the pan. Wow, that is a big cannoli.
In a neighborhood full of classics, it's time to settle the great cannoli debate. Mike's versus Bova's, and you're required to pick a side.
Bova's, you win.
End the night with skyline views at a rooftop bar in the Seaport District. But turn in early, because the harbor's calling in the morning.
Nothing like starting the morning throwing some tea into the Boston Harbor. 3, 2, 1,
Then head inside and warm up with some tea.
You get a bottomless cup and you get to try all of the historic teas that were dumped in the harbor.
Just across the water is another taste of Boston's seafood scene. A seafood shack right in the middle of Boston's harbor front. This place has been here for over 100 years. You can smell the water. Let's go eat. Clam chowder, lobster bisque, stuffed scallops, and of course, lobster rolls.
This one is stuffed.
It's messy, it's salty, it's exactly what you came for. Before heading home, stop by the historic Boston Public Library and nearby Newbury Street. Perfect for soaking in a little more history and shopping. In just 24 hours, Boston proves it's one of the easiest and tastiest train trips from Long Island. For Newsday TV, I'm Carissa Kelman.
Find more fun things to do in Boston. Just go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the Newsday TV video box. All right, we continue to highlight the jobs you do. In today's LI Works, we're checking out a father-daughter run mechanic shop. Grab your gloves, we're fixing cars. It's time to pull through the bay doors and say hello to...
Hi, my name is Mia Carrillo. I'm the general manager. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I love helping people when they're struggling.
Carrillo says she's been fixing cars with her dad since she was a toddler, and adds if you want to be a mechanic, the best way to get started is to pull yourself into a garage.
A lot of mechanics like myself and my father that owns a business here, we learn on the job. You sort of learn every day. Even though you go to trade school for the entire 4 years, let's say, and you get a certification, you don't know everything until you're still working on cars.
And knowing everything, she says, is pretty much impossible because cars are always changing.
Oh yeah, 100%. So the biggest thing mostly is like there's a thing in the industry called like chasing ghost codes.
Now, despite the rags and the oil stains, Carrillo shares mechanics have to be organized, not only in their shop, but also in their minds.
The hardest part, I would say, is just keeping track of all the parts and like putting everything all together again. Like, it's very hard, like especially for like bigger jobs, to like remember where everything goes.
Now, to make sure Carrillo knows where everything goes, we're gonna play a little game called Ask a Mechanic what that is. I'm gonna point to something and she has to tell me what it is. So, first up, what is that?
That is the brake fluid.
What is this?
That is the oil dipstick.
What is this?
That's where the oil goes into the engine.
I'm gonna go on this side. What is this?
That is gonna be your coolant.
Okay, and this is an easy one.
That's the battery.
And lastly, what is one thing that I should never touch after driving?
This didn't have a cover. I would never touch the engine after you drive.
Another skill is being able to solve riddles. Not so much on what's going on under the hood, but the riddles customers share when they arrive.
I would say 99%, because a customer will come in saying, oh, my car's rattling. Obviously, they're not the mechanic. They don't know what it is. You have to take it for a test drive. You got to put it on the lift. check different things. Like, or rattling could be anywhere from your engine is 2 seconds from blowing up to, oh, you just need brakes, something's stuck in your wheel.
Now, if you're willing to learn, research, decipher, and maintain, being a mechanic, she says, is quite rewarding.
You want to be upbeat, you want to be friendly, because at the end of the day, you're treating what's basically their baby. You're getting them from A to B to work, or maybe it's just like bouncing around from friends and family. Like, it's a very important part of their life.
Now, to see more LI Work segments, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast to see what temps we're going to have. Please, no more single-digit evenings, and look at that, we're in the double digits for the nights. All right, so Wednesday through Saturday, temps would be mild, 30s, roughly 40s, and at night we'll see the 20s and mid-20s. But check it out, on Sunday we're in the 40s. Tuesday, 42, that's pretty warm.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Now, for more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Buffa. More news coming up.
One girl's harrowing story reveals some of Long Island's darkest secrets. A complex story of drug abuse and sex trafficking that led to 23 arrests. Unprotected, now available at Newsday.com/unprotected.